Lately, the controversies around the new Worldcoin project have been consuming the minds of crypto experts and regular users alike. In this video, we will try to figure out what exactly makes some people concerned about the way Worldcoin handles user data and whether true anonymity is actually a thing in the crypto world today. My name is Anna, let's get started! Worldcoin is a new project co-founded by Sam Altman, the creator of OpenAI, and Alex Blania. Its core mission is to establish a global identity and financial network owned by the majority of people, offering economic opportunities, distinguishing human from AI online, and protecting privacy. The initiative's centerpiece is the World ID system, verifying personhood for secure online interactions. The cryptocurrency Worldcoin is unique for its universal inclusivity. The World app, developed by Tools for Humanity, acts as the gateway to Worldcoin's vision. So why exactly does it cause such mixed reviews? In order to get access to the ecosystem, users have to scan their irises, which are more unique, they say, fingerprints. This means that Worldcoin will have the biometric data of every registered user. In theory, if World IDs become popular, holders could also use them to sign on to other websites, like social networks. The Worldcoin's founders claim that will be more secure compared to traditional sign-on procedures, as iris scans are unlike to other information, such as users' email, name, or photo. However, the way it is right now, with the users given a centralized company their biometric data in exchange for some crypto rewards, it may look way too dystopian for many people. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin shared his view on the topic in a long essay where he looked into the concept of proof of personhood and the Worldcoin project in detail, how it works, what are its main problems, and so on. Buterin's take is that we do have to figure out how to distinguish between people and robots, but there must be a better way because Worldcoin has weak spots. Namely, these are privacy, accessibility, centralization, and safety. Even though Worldcoin claims that the information is deleted right after it gets converted into cryptographic code, the fact that the technology gets deployed in developing countries raises concerns. For example, it got very popular in Kenya and was even suspended because of that. The rules concerning identity and privacy in these countries might not be as strict as in the United States, for instance. Many countries, such as the UK, France, and others, are now in the process of establishing rules for such activities. We like to think that the crypto world is anonymous to a large extent because this is one of the advantages of blockchain technology that is mentioned very often. But so is transparency. Where does privacy actually start in the end, or maybe it's just a myth? Long story short, cryptocurrencies are not entirely anonymous, they are pseudonymous. This means that while transactions are not directly tied to real-world people and companies, they are still recorded on a public ledger. The blockchain contains a record of all transactions, including the addresses of sender and receiver, the amount transferred, and the transaction timestamp. Even though the identities behind wallet addresses cannot be immediately recognized on the blockchain, users can still be de-anonymized. For example, if an address is reused for several transactions, it becomes easier to link those transactions to a single entity. What is more, researchers and organizations can use blockchain analysis tools to look into transaction patterns and link addresses based on various data points. One more thing is that crypto exchanges know who you are via Know Your Customer identification, and they could, in theory, give that information to law enforcement should they ever come knocking on the door with a warrant. With that said, some crypto services specialize in greater secrecy. Let's quickly discuss some of them. Monero improves user anonymity through ring signatures, which hide the sender's identity by involving multiple participants, ring confidential transactions that hide transaction amounts, and other privacy settings. These features collectively offer better privacy compared to other cryptocurrencies. Dash uses a two-tier network structure. Private send allows mixing data connected to transactions to match their origins, while master modes facilitate this process. Another feature, chain locks, leverages the master mode's consensus mechanism, adding an extra layer of security. Zcash uses zero-knowledge proofs, specifically zk snarks, which enable transactions to be validated without revealing transaction details like sender, receiver, or transaction amount. This solid transaction option provides strong privacy by ensuring that transaction inputs and outputs remain encrypted on the blockchain. But as it often happens in crypto, each force has something that counteropposes it. A fairly recent project called Arkham uses AI to match wallet addresses with real-world companies and people. What is more, the project assists buyers and sellers of blockchain data. Another feature is called token pages. It shows the top colors of a cryptocurrency, its transactions, and exchange flows. Even though it's new, Arkham has already caused a lot of criticism, but also partnered up with such household names as Binance, Avalanche, Tron, Optimism, and Polygon. The Worldcoin launch has raised some important questions connected to the balance between anonymity, transparency, and safety in the crypto world. On the one hand, we have seen too many centralized companies mishandling user data in the past, so iris scanning might seem like a terrible idea. On the other hand, with the pace of development of AI, proof of personhood might become a necessity really soon. Only time can tell which concept will become the winner in this standoff. In the meantime, we would strongly advise you to use crypto with caution and keep an eye on the news. That's why don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. Please leave a like and tell us in the comments what you think about anonymity in crypto. Thanks for watching and see you soon!